Bonjour tout le monde. Welcome to my channel Learn French with Shikha. In this video, we are going to learn les pronoms sujets that we call subject pronouns in English. So, let's get started. Subject pronouns. What are subject pronouns? Subject pronouns replace nouns whose function is to perform the action of a verb. Let's see how it is done. For example, la fille chante, the girl is singing. So what is the noun here? La fille, and what is the verb? Chante. So the noun is doing the action of singing. The girl, that is the noun, is singing. Now we are going to replace la fille, the noun, with subject pronoun. La fille is a feminine noun, so we have replaced it with elle. Elle chante. She is singing. Now we are going to discuss what all subject pronouns are there and how they are going to be used. French has 9 subject pronouns. So first we are going to discuss all the singular ones and then we will discuss the plural ones. I'm going to categorize the singular ones. The first one is the premier person, then it's deuxième person and the troisième person. Similarly in plural, the premier person, deuxième person and troisième person. So in singular, the premier person, the singular is je, which means I. Deuxième person, the singular is tu, which means you. Troisième person du singular is il or elle, where il means he and elle means she. It also means it, which we use it with object and impersonal pronouns. Now the plural ones. Premier person du pluriel, nous or on, where nous means we and on also means we and one. Deuxième person du pluriel is vous, which means you again. So you can see tu means you and vous also means you. The first difference you have already seen here. Tu is used in the singular form and vous is used in plural form. And rest of the differences we are going to do in the video. Troisième person du pluriel, il or elle, which means they. Let's start with the first person singular. French subject pronoun je, which means I. Je is used a lot like its English equivalent I. The way we use I in English, the similar way we are going to use je in French as well. For example, je travaille tous les jours. I work every day. Je veux voir ce film. I want to see this movie. Je sais ce qui s'est passé. I know what happened. So you can see how we use I in English. The similar way we have used je in French. Some notes to remember in this. Unlike I, je is only capitalized at the beginning of a sentence. So, whenever we are using je at the beginning of the sentence, we'll use the capitalized je, that is je, and when it's in the middle of the sentence, it will be used as small j. For example, hier, je suis allé à la plage. Yesterday, I went to the beach. So you can see je, it's in the middle of the sentence, so we have not capitalized je and it's used as a small one. Next, non, je ne veux pas voir ce film. No, I don't want to see this movie. Dois-je commencer maintenant? Do I have to start now? So you can see in the example, second one and third one also, je is used in the middle. So it's a small j we have used, not the capitalized one. Whereas in English, we use I whether in the starting of the sentence or in the middle as the capitalized one. Next, je must contract to j apostrophe when followed by a vowel or a mute h. So we changes je, that is je, to j apostrophe when it is followed by vowel. Vowels are a, e, I, o, u and y, or the mute, that is a silent h. For example, j'aime danser. I like to dance. So you can see aimer verb is used here where a is a vowel. So that is the reason we have used j apostrophe. Tu sais, j'ai le même problème. You know, I have the same problem. So here again our verb a is a vowel. We have used j apostrophe instead of j e. Oui, j'habite en France. Yes, I live in France. So H is a silent. So we have used J apostrophe. Second person singular and plural. French subject pronoun tu and vous. So here we are going to discuss both singular and plural, where tu is the singular one and vous is plural. Both means you. In English, the second person subject pronoun is always you, no matter how many people you are talking to and regardless of whether you know them or not. So in English, we don't differentiate informal, formal, singular, plural when using a pronoun in the second person form. It is simply used as you, whereas in French, it has two different words for it. That is tu and vous. So you in French is used in two forms, tu and vous. The difference in meaning between these two words is very important. You must understand when and why to use each of them. Otherwise, you may inadvertently insult someone by using the wrong you. Tu is the informal you. It demonstrates a certain closeness and informality. Use you when speaking to a friend, peer, relative, child, or pet. So you can see all these relations which have been mentioned here demonstrates closeness or informality. A friend, a peer, a relative, a child, and a pet. Vous is the formal you. It is used to show respect or maintain a certain distance or formality with someone. Use vous when speaking to someone you don't know well, an older person, an authority figure, and anyone to whom you wish to show respect. So, vous is the formal you and tu is the informal you. So the first difference which we have discussed is informal and formal. Tu is used for informal, whereas vous is always used when we are talking in a formal way or we are showing respect to someone. Vous is also the plural you. You have to use it when talking to more than one person, no matter how close you are or how formal you are. So vous is always used for plural, whereas tu will be used only in the singular form. We cannot use tu in the plural form. Tu is always used in the singular form, and that is the informal way, whereas vous can be used in both informal and formal ways. Informal, it will be used as plural, and formal as a singular and plural both. So now we are going to discuss tu and vous using examples, how they are used in informal and formal form and singular and plural form. The first one we are going to do here is tu informal and singular. So tu can only be used in informal form and the singular form. It cannot be used as a formal form or a plural form. Let's discuss through examples. For example, tu aimes Paris? Do you like Paris? So here we are talking to one person, singular, and it's an informal sentence. Tu aimes Paris? We have used tu. Tu es mon meilleur ami. You are my best friend. So you're talking to a friend, it's an informal sentence, and you're talking to one person, ami. Singular, we have used tu. Next, Annie, tu es American. Annie, you are American. So here again you're talking to a single person, singular, and it's informal one. Tu, they've mentioned informal, so we have used tu. So again, I'm repeating, tu can only be used for informal form and the singular form only. Next is vous. Here we are going to discuss vous as informal and plural. For example, vous aimez Paris? So here, talking to your friends Annie and Peter. Friends means it's an informal sentence. So we are going to use, and it's plural also, right? So informal and plural, we are going to use vous. Do you guys like Paris? Vous allez bien? Talking to two kids. So it's a plural one and it's informal because you're talking to kids. So plural and informal will use vous. Vous allez bien? Are you okay? Next is vous, formal and singular. For example, vous êtes mon professeur préféré. So professor is used as formal. This is a formal relation, and this is one single person, so it's a formal and singular. We are going to use vous. Vous êtes mon professeur préféré. You are my favorite professor. Monsieur Smith, vous êtes American? So Monsieur Smith, this is the formal form we are using, and we are talking to a single person, so we have used vous êtes American. Vous, Mr. Smith, you are American. Vous allez bien? Talking to an elder person. So it's a single person, singular, and elder person, that's a formal relation. So we have used vous. Are you okay? Next, we are going to do vous as formal and plural. For example, et vous, monsieur et madame Dupont, talking to your elderly neighbors. So here you can see monsieur and madame Dupont, we have used a formal form, and there are two plural form. We have used you, vous, and you, Mr. and Mrs. Dupont. Annie and Monsieur Smith, vous êtes American? Annie and Mr. Smith, you are American. So here you can see Annie, that's informal, and Monsieur Smith is formal. So whenever it's a mixed one, we'll take the formal one, and it's plural also. Annie and Monsieur Smith, we're going to use vous. Vous êtes American. So now sum it together. Tu is used as informal and singular. If we want to use formal and singular, we are going to use vous, formal and singular. And in the plural form, vous can be used as informal or formal both. Now we are going to do third person singular French subject pronouns il and elle, where il is used as he and elle as she. It can also mean it when we're talking about objects or nouns. Third person singular subject pronouns il and elle are just like their English equivalents, he and she, when talking about people. And when we're talking about a noun, it is used as it. For example, il aime skier. He likes to ski. So here you can see he means il. Il pronouns uses here. Il aime skier. Elle va être médecin. She wants to become a doctor. So elle is used instead of she. Va is a vulva verb which means want. And être médecin means to be a doctor. So we'll repeat the examples again. Il aime skier. He likes to ski. Elle va être médecin. She wants to be a doctor. Il and elle can also mean it. In French, all the nouns are either masculine or feminine. So, to replace them, you can use the subject pronouns corresponding to that gender. So, if you're talking about a masculine noun, it will be replaced by il, and if you're using a feminine noun, it will be replaced by elle. For example, je vais au musée, il est ouvert jusqu'à 20 heures. I am going to the museum. It is open until 8 p.m. So here you can see je vais au musée. Musée is the noun we are talking about here. It's a masculine noun. So we have replaced it by il, which means it is open until 8 p.m. Il est ouvert jusqu'à 20 heures. Next, où est la voiture? Elle est chez Jean. Where's the car? It's at Jean's place. So here we are talking about the car. La voiture, that is a feminine noun. We have replaced it with elle, which means it. It's at Jean's place. Elle est chez Jean. Now let's do impersonal pronoun. The subject pronoun il can also be used in an impersonal context. So, il we have already discussed earlier can be used as he. Next, we have discussed that it can also be used as it when we're talking about a masculine noun. Now we are talking about impersonal pronoun. For example, il faut dormir la nuit. One must sleep at night. So now here we are talking about something which is a compulsion, and we're talking about everybody here. Il faut dormir la nuit. One must sleep at night. It is not a personal pronoun, it's an impersonal pronoun. Next example, il est important de bien manger. It is important to eat well. So here again, we are not talking about a particular person or particular object. It's a universal thing. So that is the reason we have used il. Il est important de bien manger. It is important to eat well. So we are talking about everybody here. Let's do a summary of it. Il, which also means male he. It is also used as masculine noun it. Elle, which is also means female she, is used as feminine noun it, whereas il can also be used as impersonal context, that is universal things we are talking to. It can also be used there. Now we are going to do plural pronouns. Let's start with the first person plural. The French subject pronoun is nous, which means we. The subject pronoun nous is used exactly like we in English, like we use we in English for the first person plural pronoun. We use nous in French. For example, nous allons au Egypte means we are going to Egypt. J'espère que nous arriverons à temps. I hope we arrive in time. Devons-nous travailler ensemble? Do we have to work together? Quand pouvons-nous commencer? When can we begin? So you can see how we have used nous in French like we use we in English. The similar way we have used nous. In informal spoken French, on is used in place of nous. So whenever we are doing a speaking French and it's an informal way of speaking, we use on instead of nous only in the spoken French. Next, we are going to do French subject pronoun on, which means one or we or you or they. On is the indefinite pronoun and literally means one. It's often equivalent to the English passive voice. For example, on ne devrait pas poser cette question. One shouldn't ask that question. So here you can see on is used as one where we are not talking about any particular person. It's a universal thing we are talking about that one shouldn't ask that question. On ne devrait pas poser cette question. Next, on demande caissier, one asks cashier. So one is asking the cashier, it can be anyone. We are not pointing out any one particular person. It's a normal conversation. On a deep pasa, one shouldn't say that. Ici, on parle français. Here, we speak French or French is spoken. In addition, on is an informal replacement for we, you, they, someone, or people in general. So we have discussed it earlier also that on replaces nous in the informal spoken French. For example, on va sortir ce soir. We are going out tonight. So you can see it's an informal conversation. So we have used on here. On va sortir ce soir. Alors, les enfants, que vont faire? Okay, kids, what do you want to do? On dit que ce resto est bon. They say that this restaurant is good. On a trouvé mon portefeuille. Someone found my wallet. On est fou. People are crazy, or we are crazy, or they are crazy. On ne sait jamais. You never know, or one never know. So these all the examples which are mentioned here are all the informal ones. That is the reason we have used or, where we have to use we, you, they, someone, or people. So we have used on instead of we. Next, third person plural. French subject pronouns are il and elle, which means they. French has two third person plural subject pronouns. So they means il and elle both. Il is used for masculine plural and elle is used for feminine plural. We are first going to discuss il. Il is used for group of men or mixed gender groups. For example, je ne vois pas mes frères sont-ils déjà partis? I don't see my brothers. Did they already leave? So here you can see we are talking about mes frères means my brother, that is masculine plural. So we have replaced this with the pronoun il. We'll repeat it again. Je ne vois pas mes frères sont-ils déjà partis? Next. Paul et Annie viennent, mais ils sont en retard. Paul and Annie are coming, but they are running late. So here we are talking about Paul and Annie. Paul is a masculine and Annie is a feminine. So here it's a mixed gender, but we are using il. We are not using l. It's a mixed gender. For mixed gender we use il. We'll repeat again. Paul et Annie viennent, mais ils sont en retard. Il is also used for groups of all masculine nouns and groups of mixed masculine and feminine nouns. Like we did it earlier, it is used for people, whether masculine or mixed gender. Now here we are discussing about nouns, masculine nouns and the mixed gender nouns. For example, j'ai trouvé tes livres, ils sont sur la table. I found your books, they are on the table. So here we are talking about livre, which is a masculine plural noun. We have replaced it with pronoun il. Repeat it again. J'ai trouvé tes livres, ils sont sur la table. Le stylo et la plume, ils ont tombé par terre. The pen and the pencil, they fell on the floor. So here we are talking about two nouns, plural, that is le stylo et la plume. Le stylo is masculine and la plume is feminine. So we are using it ils, because with mixed masculine feminine noun we use il. Ils ont tombé par terre. Next, elle is used for groups of females or groups of feminine nouns. It is not used where we're talking about mixed gender. Whenever it's a mixed gender, il will be used, and for female and feminine nouns, or else will be used. For example, Où sont Annette et Marie? Elles arrivent. Where are Annette and Marie? They are on their way. So here we are talking about two feminine, two females, Annette and Marie. So we have replaced it with elle. Next, j'ai acheté des pommes. Elles ont dans la cuisine. I bought some apples. They are in the kitchen. So here we are talking about the feminine noun, the plural one, des pommes. So we have replaced it with pronoun elles. J'ai acheté des pommes. Elles ont dans la cuisine. Notes to remember. Even when talking about a room full of 100 women and one man or 100 men and one woman, you have to use il. So, whenever we are talking about a mixed gender, whether we have 100 women and one man or 100 men and one woman, you're going to use il. L will only be used when we are talking about females or feminine nouns. That's it. Il and L are pronounced exactly like il and L respectively, except in a lesson, that's a dictionary. We give a pronunciation separately, but otherwise, while speaking, the plural il and L and singular il and L are spoken the same way. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video has helped you understand les pronoms sujets. If you like the video, do hit the like button, share it with other people, and also subscribe to my channel to get more updates about the videos. Merci beaucoup.